Everybody, this is Shahaf. Today is Thursday, June 22nd, 2023, and I'm here with an update. So let's start with the macro environment. After a long period of just bearish news, it seems that things are starting to look better, right? So big things that we've seen is BlackRock, one of the world's biggest funds, if not the biggest, has filed a request to launch a Bitcoin ETF. So ETF is, think of it like an index, a fund, a security that tracks the price of Bitcoin and allows people to come in and out of the market using fiat. Now, why is this important? Because it creates a lot of credibility. A major institution, a major US institution, kind of like reasserts how important Bitcoin is and obviously how important cryptocurrencies are. And BlackRock is not the only one. Other major funds have also requested and filed a request for a Bitcoin ETF. And this means that we are here to stay. This is the sort of reassurance that we needed. And the market reacted accordingly, as we see. Is this what sets us up, for the crypto spring, a crypto summer? I don't know. Nobody knows, but this is very important. And even though this is not what Satoshi Nakamoto had in mind when he thought about Bitcoin, about peer-to-peer self-custody transactions, and not about major U.S. institutions being the custodian of Bitcoin, still, this creates a tide, and in tide, all ships rise. So this will affect everybody, I believe, in a very positive way. So we're super happy about that, and that is not the only good thing that has happened recently. We also heard the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, stating, and here's the quote, "Cryptocurrencies appear to have a staying power as an asset class." Again, we're here to stay. This is not the only thing that we've just heard from the US. We also heard that stablecoins are a form of payment. And this is very bullish for DJED, obviously, because this is what we're saying all along. And if we get this sort of recognition from the US, because it seems that other jurisdictions already have that, it's very bullish for the market. And we'll talk more about DJED later. And as we've mentioned, other jurisdictions, the UK approved recent legislation in the parliament around crypto. The UK is very bullish about crypto. And the rest of Europe is as well. Probably not all of it, but with MiCA coming up, it seems that we are all headed to the right track. A16Z just opened an office in London. So all of this is very bullish, and it comes in the right time. And I think everything is going to the right direction, finally. In our world, in COTI's world, and I'll get into updates soon, but just kind of like a big picture thing. First of all, it's very important to understand that crypto winter, crypto summer, bull market, bear market, we just don't care. Our appetite to develop things does not change when the market changes. So we continuously build and develop, and you can see that we didn't lose pace at all with anything that has just happened. And you can expect that, and in fact, I think that the sort of things that we're working on right now, and some some I will update, and some will just be left as a surprise, are probably the biggest upgrades that we had in our infrastructure and in our products, whether it's COTI V2 and other things that you're not aware of yet. People ask me about, hey, what's going on with the SEC? So first of all, as I've mentioned, we're not going to talk about this. What I can say is obviously that we remain in our position that COTI is not a security. We've operated in jurisdictions where regulation is pretty clear, and we've adhered to it. Our approach has always been prudent and will always be. So I guess having no news about this is the good news. With that in mind, please be aware that most of my updates moving forward will be focused more about technology and less about commercial things. So keep that in mind. So without further ado, let's talk about the things that just happened with COTI. Ledger. Ledger took us a while, I admit it. Not completely up to us, but it's here. So COTI is now available in Nano S, S Plus, and Nano X cold storage wallets. Why is this important? Because it adds security, and people can put their native COTI in self-custody cold storage. And people have already started doing that. COTI will do that as well with our native assets. And having security and utility, you can't really have too much security or utility, so we're very happy about this. So Ledger is here, and Trust Chain is available on Ledger. This is a great milestone. Okay, gCOTI. I'll give you all the details, but here's the headline. The APY boost will be 800%. 800% boost to what? To the base APY. So base APY is the APY that you get when you don't have a lockup or any multiplier. Multiply it by 8. This is the boost that you're getting if you are depositing enough gCOTI. So if you are depositing gCOTI in a 1-to-1 ratio, so let's say you've deposited 100 COTI and you now deposit 100 gCOTI, you're getting an 800% boost. If you've deposited 100 COTI and 50 gCOTI, then you're getting 400% boost to the base APY as mentioned. What does it mean? It means that in current terms, you can get an extra 16% to your APY. That's a lot. This is one of the things that make gCOTI desirable. Yeah, you'll be able to do that pretty soon, probably first week of July. Everything around Treasury needs to be vetted and tested, so this is probably what it will take us. But at that point onward, you can start doing that. Other things, you can always withdraw your gCOTI. The boost applies to all types of lockups, multipliers, and everything. You can do it in any case, and you can also do that in the deposits that were made towards the gCOTI campaign, right? So you can, if let's say you've locked to 360 days, you can add gCOTI and get extra APY. So that's I guess that's great news. It will not always be 800%, but this is the starting point. It will be measured, considered, and maybe altered over time, maybe more, maybe less, maybe as part of the gCOTI governance that is coming. So we'll see about that. Okay, more about gCOTI, the community campaign. So the community campaign is a great opportunity to receive more gCOTI and use it to boost your APY or as a form of governance. Remember that if it was asserted that you've contributed to our ecosystem and community in the past, you will be rewarded with gCOTI. So some of you can expect a surprise allocation, and we'll announce more details in the coming days. We've picked a judge. The first competition is coming soon. There are great prizes, so expect a lot of positive noise around COTI because of this campaign. People have asked about listing and the exchange campaign, and as we've mentioned, again, being very prudent, we don't feel that this is the right time to do anything around this. So we will reschedule this to a proper time. It will happen, obviously, but let us see where things are going, and we'll do it then. Let's talk about GED. So GED is great because GED has been battle-tested again in the recent volatility in the market. ADA price dropped. Well, everything dropped, but GED kept its peg. Even at the lowest point, it still had more than, I think it was 2.2 extra collateral in the deposit, in the smart contract. It means that it was super safe, and I can't say that about all stablecoins throughout this volatility, crazy volatility. Some stablecoins lost their peg, some restored it since, which is great, but gCOTI did not flinch. And I think this is great news, because this was always our #1 priority, keeping the peg. So being battle tested again and again just shows how robust the system is. And I remind you that even when the collateral ratio drops, people can always send their gCOTI to the system and get $1 worth of ADA back. And the system proved that it's able to do so, and gained more trust. It also, when collateral ratio drops, it creates great opportunities for Shen holders, because Shen cannot be burnt at that point. But it means that people can still mint it. And when they mint it, they find themselves at a low-cost minting environment where they increase their share of fees and in delegation rewards. And when ADA price spikes back, so does Shen, and normally even more so. So if you're longing ADA, then Shen is a great opportunity for you. And I think this is why, throughout the crazy volatility, people still minted Shen, and lots of Shen. So this remains a great opportunity, and more people gain more and more trust in the system because it continuously proves itself. gCOTI is also now available on the Binance chain, and RepGCOTI is available on Binance chain, and users can, and you as a user can take your gCOTI through Chainport and bridge it to the Binance chain and have RepGCOTI there. Now, why would you do so? Because there is a new use case. You can now go to Thena, T-H-E-N-A, swap RepGCOTI, or just provide liquidity. And the current APR is 74% when this video is being recorded. 74%. So gCOTI is safe. gCOTI keeps its peg. You can take it there and gain 74%. I think it's kind of good. We're obviously working on tech improvements for gCOTI. I think the system is great as it is, but we have a few things that are coming: multi-address wallet support, migration to Plutus V2, tailored base fee per gCOTI action, and other things as well. The system is robust and it's working as it should. So I encourage you, in case you haven't tested gCOTI, to do it. And now there's extra incentive around other chains as well. Bringing everything together, we can finally hear good news in our market. We needed that for a long while, and it will affect everybody. Obviously, this is, again, a tide that kind of like raises all ships. We've mentioned just a few things, BlackRock. There is also edX, the exchange that is coming, from companies like Citadel, etc. It's amazing things that are now happening in the market. COTI builds as usual, regardless of good news, bad news. We have a roadmap, we have goals, and we plan on meeting them. And we are working on things, some some you still don't know. We'll drop the news as it comes. My updates will be focused, again, technology, more technology, less commercial updates, but obviously you can see things as they drop. APY Boost, 800%. This is really around the corner, so get ready for that. And gCOTI, battle tested, and Thena is now available, and there's great rewards for those who wish to do so. So without further ado, that's all I have for today. Stay COTI.